So we had an adventure on Sunday morning. I got up nice and early and went over to the business center, or at least I thought I could do it on my phone, get tickets for Zion the next day, but my phone app wouldn't work, and I was like totally bummed. So I go over to the visitor center. I sat there till 8, still no good. Sat there till 9, finally buy some tickets. And we start out a little bit late heading towards Bryce, but on the way to Bryce, we decided we would take a scenic highway number 9, which requires you to enter the park, and then we had to wait for our turn to go through the tunnel. And meanwhile, Nanette's taking photos, and we take a few pictures. We're in awe. We're really loving it. And then we enter the tunnel, and the tunnel is pretty fantastic. So I had no idea that this tunnel would even show up on video.
You can see.
But Nanette was running the camera and doing quite a good job of it. And surprisingly, it
Let's hope
came
you
out
watch your
very
video
nicely.
already.
And I think she did well as a camera woman. I was really expecting these areas here where it's open just to wash out the camera, but the camera adapted quickly. And although it's a mile and a half, we didn't want to bore anybody with such a long video. Now we've exited the canyon, and this is looking back over our shoulder. This is what you see on the other side. It's very beautiful, different shades of limestone, checkerboard mesa, and of course any picture worth taking, especially if it's a selfie, it's worth taking with your honey. So we have to take selfies of each background, and Nanette looks quite stunning in a few of these pictures.
Of course, because I am enjoying it. That moment, the beautiful moment, the Zion, the south side of Zion Park. It's beautiful.
So I believe this is the east entrance to the park on Highway 9, but it's on our route to Bryce Canyon, and we run across a herd of bison. And so,
It's a mama bison.
yeah, mama bison. And there's some, one of those is probably her baby. But it was really interesting to just be able to see this. And there's very little to protect us from them, and vice versa. We make it to Bryce Canyon, and there was another couple there. We did a camera swap so we could get some pictures of each other. And then we headed to the furthest lookout point and started there and was working our way back. Now granted, as soon as we got there, the wind is picking up and the temperature starts to fall.
So beautiful.
So as it started out, Nanette would not get within 30 feet of the edge. And as the weekend progressed, she was quite brave at getting close to large drop-offs. Not on this particular day, though.
Wow, look at that. So beautiful. This is the highest point of the Bryce National Park, honey, right? So windy up there. Gosh.
There are a
So
few
beautiful.
very high points. They're all over 8,000 feet. I believe Rainbow Point was the highest at 9,200 feet. However, we saw several different wind sculptures, since that's what actually formed them. And even here's a little tunnel that's blowing through, so there's an arch that's starting to form. We could see through that. Over here looks like a Virgin Mary.
It's beautiful. This is the lower elevation. The top is elevation that was 9 something.
9,200 feet. That was 89, so it wasn't that much further down. But this looks like people. And if you look over her shoulder, it looks like people again.
But it's all rocks.
But yeah, it's different layers of sandstone.
So beautiful.
These are called hoodoos, and the crows are even friendly.
Yeah. Isn't it this part of the park was on the other
There's
part.
a head-looking figure, and this looks like a chess piece. Amazing how it can stand up there and withstand all the wind that it does and not fall over.
All those formations, different colors of rocks. It's beautiful. And this is the highest elevation, was it called the Stairway to the Cloud, right? What was it?
I don't recall, but I think this is
The
another
stairway.
view of that, and we call this Chicken Rock
Chicken Rock.
because it looks like a hen
Just look at turkey though.
or a turkey rock. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's weird how that was a sandy, looked like petrified sand dune, and then it just eroded away into what we can see that's underneath it. We saw a KBBS special on how the weather takes this away and makes these shapes. It was quite interesting. Little patch of sunshine. We were starting to get a little occasional drizzle of snow, and we thought, wow, what the ending to a perfect weekend was, to get a little tiny drizzle of snow that we could brag about. And this is, I think, Bryce Point,
Yeah.
which is got a lot of scenic views, but it was a kind of a walk away from the parking lot, so you're out there and you're really exposed to the wind. Several times I thought I was going to lose my bonnet because it felt like the wind was trying to lift it off my head, and that would have been a major drag.
It's so beautiful.
So at the end, we kind of was running out of time.
I
We
miss
went
that
and we
lunch.
got a pizza at the store, and there was this kid from Florida, first time coming out here, first time seeing snow, and he gathered up all the snow off his car and made that snowman. So we didn't have enough left on our car, so now then we start driving back, and
Yeah, honey.
so
Careful.
Nanette's concerned about
Oh my God! Just
snow.
that's
you
blizzard right
know, us
there.
driving
blizzard
and
for
how
us.
bad it
For these
is,
guys,
and I'm
it's just
telling
a
her that
little
it's just a dusting for everybody
Dusty?
else, and she says
Look
it's
at
a
that.
blizzard for
Little
us,
bit
but
dusting. That's
still,
more than the dust.
uh, I've driven in stuff like this before, and I'm sure most people who watch this have driven in
They're
this
probably
before.
governed to only run at 35
But it was a
miles an
challenging
hour.
event for us since it's
25
our
degrees
first
out.
time of the season to experience any of this. And Nanette was trying to figure out how to turn the video off, and there she pushed the button. Here, we made it
I was
to.
kind of scared, and
We made
taking
it.
picture,
Yeah.
video. Oh my
Made
God.
it to the 15 off the 20,
See how scary
which
that
is
is?
between Beaver, south of Beaver, and St. George.
Well, actually, it's,
And
it
so
looks like
now we're
back.
kind of cruising the freeway and hoping to see a Utah tag, because you know the locals, that's who you want to follow. You don't want to follow someone from Texas; they might spin out. But a local will most likely know the proper speed to drive this course on.
You're doing good there, honey.
Thank you.
You
So
really did.
our time was, we had to hurry up and rush to get back to St. George because it's already like 5 p.m., maybe later, and we are supposed to meet Barbara and Hetty. We have reservations at 7:30. Plus, we need to get to the Costco in St. George and top off our tank with fuel because tomorrow we're going to go to Zion, and we won't have time because we're kind of pressed for time. You know how it is, Amber. Whenever you set up any type of event for us, it's usually push, 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 run, 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 run. You have to be up at this time, you got to be there at this time, or it ain't going to work.
There we are.
And here we are. We made it. We
in
made
the
it with like
resort.
2. They were waiting for us at the restaurant. We made it by minutes to spare, and Hetty had his, he wouldn't admit which birthday.
That was his birthday too. We celebrated his
Yeah,
birthday
11 o'clock, we
and
got to
our
go bunky bye-bye.
anniversary.
And next video. Talk to you later.